KBW News Time, 11:38. Make that 1:38. Two people were killed this morning in Center City after police say they were hit by a taxi. KBW's Tim Jimenez has more.
The victims, police say, a man and a woman, both 25 years old. It was around 4:30 in the morning when investigators say they were crossing Broad Street at Arch when they were hit by a cab going north on Broad. Police say witnesses tell them the Rosemont taxi cab was going about 50 miles per hour. The victims, police say, thrown about 100 feet away. The woman died at the scene and the man was rushed over to nearby Hahnemann Hospital where he died. The driver, police say, is a 30-year-old man who had to be hospitalized with chest pains. He did not have a passenger with him at the time. The taxi with a smashed windshield was sitting on Broad Street for hours as police investigated. Police now hope to look at surveillance footage to help them in this case. Tim Jimenez, KYW News Radio.
Two European powerhouses have agreed to accept more migrants.
Germany's government says it will spend more than $6.5 billion feeding, clothing, and housing the estimated 800,000 refugees it expects this year. French President Hollande now says his country will welcome 24,000. France and Germany say they've agreed on a plan to distribute migrants across Europe. Not clear how many of their European colleagues will agree to that plan. I'm Vicky Barker at the Foreign Desk in London.
Also today, British Prime Minister David Cameron says the UK has agreed to resettle up to 20,000 Syrian refugees from camps over the next 5 years. Military prosecutors have reached into a section of military law seldom used since World War II in the case against Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. At a hearing later this month, Bergdahl could be charged with Article 99, which is a misbehavior before the enemy charge, along with a desertion charge. Bergdahl is accused of walking away from his army unit. He was captured by the Taliban in Afghanistan. They released him in a prisoner swap with the U.S. CBS News military analyst, retired Army Major Mike Lyons, says the military is using this charge because they don't want Bergdahl to get a POW classification.
The government is adding another charge above desertion, and that's fundamentally cowardice before the enemy, because the government is concerned about this individual really getting away with both walking away from his post and his troops, and then also his conduct before the enemy based on videos that had been out there or other notes that he left behind.
Bergdahl could face a life sentence if convicted of the misbehavior charge, which accuses him of endangering fellow soldiers when he left and triggered search operations. Officials say Iraq's defense minister has escaped a sniper attack unharmed while traveling in a convoy north of Baghdad. A statement today says Defense Minister Khalid al-Badei was heading back to Baghdad after a field visit to troops fighting ISIS militants. Shots were fired at his convoy near the contested town of Beji. The statement says one of his guards was wounded, but he's okay. KBW News Time, 1:41.
Each year,